Good afternoon. Time now, 4 p.m. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin with a streaming update on CBS News Baltimore. We begin with a look outside, and it looks vastly different than our view an hour ago. If you're watching our 3 p.m. stream, an absolute downpour moved over the Inner Harbor. Looked like we even caught some pea-sized hail earlier on the Inner Harbor cam. That storm then moved through Dundalk, and multiple storms have moved through Harford County this afternoon so far, and we have confirmed reports of hail, not just detected by radar, meteorologists here, meteorologists at the National Weather Service office, but confirmed by folks living or driving through Harford County. Hail was reported. We'll walk you through the severe weather reports so far. Also, right now, severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect until 8 o'clock this evening. No counties have yet been shaded, slivered off or taken out of the severe thunderstorm watch. However, this is going to be something that will probably be adjusted over the next hour or two as very gradually that risk of severe weather begins to wind down from west to east. So here's a look at First Alert radar where we're tracking thunderstorms right now, similar to our 3 p.m. update. Many of the same spots that were dealing with thunderstorms then are still dealing with downpours here across portions of northeast Maryland, Harford County, now more so into Cecil County, and further to the south getting down into Kent County. And as I put this in motion, everything is still roughly moving off from southwest to north and east. There are currently no severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for our area as I put this in motion. However, what I'm watching is there's a little bit of a boundary moving in. New storm moving into Baltimore County, north of Catonsville, northwest of Catonsville, basically moving into Randallstown. And this storm is going to be moving into the northwest side of the city. So for folks that were out watching the cycling happening across Baltimore City, whether they're spectating or taking part, men's race began at 12:30, likely wrapped up at this point. But so many folks are staying on the streets, staying out, having fun on a very late summer Saturday. But the weather will go downhill yet again across Baltimore City, and this is an area that has yet to see significant rain. Up on the northwest side, TV Hill, we had a little bit of rain earlier, just sprinkles, thunder, and lightning, but this downpour is moving roughly due east and will cross at least the northern half of Baltimore City. So if you're about to head out to dinner, if you have evening plans, into Bell Farm Estates by 406. Randallstown already raining, about to start raining even harder, though, within the next couple minutes. Pikesville, 409, and the Parkville community, 426, into Essex. Another spot that's been hearing thunder off and on for hours at this point by 431. And if it holds together, moving into Middle River by 435 in the afternoon. And we don't have much redeveloping back behind this, but we do have a little outflow boundary, basically a change in wind direction that is moving deeper into Baltimore County, basically right here just preceding that one little storm. And it's moving off to the east, and as it does so, we're probably going to see new storms develop roughly right along and over the BW Parkway corridor, I-95 corridor, from Anne Arundel County back into southern Prince George's County near Bowie, and then back into Baltimore County, Harford County, crossing the bay. Probably going to see a line of storms form right over the I-95 corridor and then shift off to the east and affect our neighbors there adjacent to Baltimore off across the other side of the bay. Right now, you know, in Queen Anne's County, Caroline County, Talbot County, it's been a quiet day, warm and humid, yes, but no storms. But we will see your storm threat increase as storms kind of congeal into a line and move over into your neck of the woods over the next couple of hours. So here's a look at severe weather reports so far today. We have one confirmed hail report that we did receive two, so we're probably going to see some updates to this map. Starting closer to D.C., Reagan reported a wind gust of 49, not technically severe, but certainly enough to bring down some limbs, cause some power outages, and with heavy rain, it was probably blinding there for a minute. Now, out over the bay, due east of Edgemere, near the Middle River area, Bowie recorded a wind gust just shy of 40 miles an hour. Again, not severe, but 40-mile-an-hour wind with heavy rain. That's going to kick up some waves, and small craft likely not a good scenario to be out on the bay as these storms move through. And still not the best day to be out generally north of 50 at the moment, the Bay Bridge out on the bay because we have more storms there, but storms will work their way more southward, farther southward here over the next 30 minutes to an hour or so. This is that hail report, 1 inch, so that's quarter-sized hail. We also had a report of half-inch sized hail just to the south and east of Bel Air earlier, and we're still seeing some showers and thunderstorms develop. Again, going back to radar, some of these same areas are still dealing with showers and thunderstorms. Also watching new cells developing in northern Virginia. Bottom line is not done yet with the storms, but I think between now and 6 p.m. will be the main event for the I-95 corridor, and then we will see that storm chance shift east and eventually out of the area. In fact, looking ahead here, because we do not have any severe thunderstorm warnings for our area, I want to take a moment to look ahead and help you plan the rest of your evening. Now, strong to severe storms are already developing. They've already been impacting the area. Currently no warnings, but I think it's very possible we could see storms pulse back up again through, I would say, again, roughly 6 to 6:30 here from the bay on westward. Scattered storms will continue to push off to the east, producing potentially some wind gusts to 70 miles an hour and hail up to about the size of quarters, though occasionally radar has detected or estimated that hail could be up to about the size of ping pong balls. Now, after 8 p.m., and I'm talking the eastern shore, that risk of severe weather will end further to the west. So 8 p.m., Caroline County, Talbot County, Dorchester County, those areas could still be at risk for a rogue severe thunderstorm or two. After 8 p.m., though, the risk of severe weather really ends across the board for Maryland, even over on the eastern shore. However, showers and rain will linger. We're going to have some rain develop for the late evening plans overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning, so just keep that in mind. We are not yet done with the risk of some heavy rain and hail, wind, lots of lightning. Storms don't have to be severe to produce heavy rain and frequent lightning. Certainly, that's been the case here in Baltimore City, Inner Harbor, over to Fells, Harbor Point, Harbor East, getting back over towards Dundalk, round after round of heavy rain and lightning, even though technically storms have not been severe. So just something to keep in mind. Temperature-wise, many of us are rain-cooled. If you haven't seen rain today, you're in the 80s, all sliding back into the 70s and eventually 60s as cooler air moves in. And that's why we're not forecasting severe weather overnight tonight. This is not a night where you need to be worried about severe weather. This is not a night to, stay up and worry about weather. We're going to see cooler temperatures move in, the risk of severe weather end, and showers, drizzle, kind of a fall-like feel and look out there overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. So really, it's mainly just now through sunset that we're continuing to watch that risk of showers and thunderstorms developing and some thunderstorms reaching severe limits, possibly producing wind gusts to 70 miles an hour and hail up to the size of quarters, though we've detected some larger than that as we have gone through the course of the afternoon. So county shaded in orange, this is the area where the severe weather risk is greatest. So from Carroll County, Howard County, Baltimore City and County, and Anne Arundel County, BWI, all the way down to the Calvert County line, and then over to Harford County, Cecil County, Kent County, Queen Anne's County, and Caroline County, Talbot County, Dorchester County and Calvert County not included, but it's possible you could get a rogue strong to severe thunderstorm or two. I do think that western portions of this watch, Carroll County and Howard County, will be able to be trimmed out of the watch a little early, so before 8 p.m., and that's because we're not seeing as much redevelopment well to the west, kind of a final push of thunderstorms. I know we're seeing some in western portions of, northern portions of Virginia. These are moving off, a little bit more due easterly, so these storms may eventually make their way over to the eastern shore, but they will miss Baltimore to the south. So the warned storm, severe thunderstorm warning for northern Virginia, west of D.C., west of Gainesville, Virginia, that's more of an issue later. We're talking closer to the, 6 o'clock time frame or so as it crosses the bay and gets to the lower reaches of the eastern shore. What we're watching for Baltimore City and County, I know a lot of folks, it's now 4:08, have Saturday plans. It's this particular storm moving in from the west. Not a severe storm, but certainly strong, brief gusty winds, some heavy rain, thunder and lightning. This is going to move right over TV Hill, over into Roland Park, over into Remington, and then moving on into northeast Baltimore, a track for you. Right now, it looks like the worst of the storm will remain north of downtown, north of Canton, north of Fells, certainly north of, Locust Point, the south side, but a brief downpour about to yet again move through the city limits here over the next 30 to 45 minutes. You can see Towson 423 into Essex, an area that's already been impacted by storms, by 434. Multiple ways you can keep an eye on the forecast, even if you do have plans this evening. CBS News app is a great option. It's a streaming device. Just click Watch Live. We'll stream. We'll break in if we need to, if dangerous weather, if a tornado warning is issued. And we are also streaming our newscast at 6. So just because we are covered up by sports today on WJZ CBS doesn't mean you can't stream us. Again, we will be streaming at 6 if need be. We will stream between now and then. And feel free to give me a follow on social media. Cutter Martin, that's CUTTER MARTIN, Facebook, X, Instagram. I'll answer your questions.